Larry Norman, love you, brother. Miss you tons. You kind of set the bar for how a man is supposed to care about and live with and love his wife. God bless you, Georgianne. I'm sorry for what you're going through, but also think you were blessed with one of the coolest guys ever. Everybody loves you and misses you tremendously also. Larry was one of those guys that when he got out, got a chance to sing, he turned into just a different person. Just a same person, good love, but just a like, wow, what just happened there? He became a rock star and had a voice that basically didn't compare with anybody's. Had a love for Jethro Tull, had a love for some Arlo Guthrie. Find it funny about those songs and that he's up in heaven right now. And I see God every morning going up to him and saying, "Good morning, Larry Norman, I love you. Don't you know you're one of my favorite sons?" And then Larry responding with his Tull voice, "Ho, ho, ho, ho."
In the shuffling night, locomotive breath, runs the all-time loser, and watches his death. So it feels the distance screaming, he's breaking on his brow. While he stole a handle, was afraid it won't stop going, no way to slow down.
First met Larry and Georgianne at this little place called the Brentwood Sports Grill, which is now Judge Bean's. It was a place you could pop in, get a burger, leave. Then one Friday night, stumbled across it and we couldn't even find a parking spot. And there was this band in there playing called the Big Head Band. And the place was packed. The music was great, and soon I became friends with Larry and Georgianne, and all of the yard dogs soon became a yard dog, and Barry followers like the rest. Then Larry was just such a special person who had such a passion for his family, his friends, his country, music. He had special songs that he sang that we all came to love. Larry, you were taken from us way too soon. We all miss you. And sorry you didn't get to make it long enough to do that sucker punch you wanted to do. Love you and miss you, Larry.
Children, jump on. Decisions one by one. Woman that is best friend, and better than having fun. They're crawling down the corridor on his hands and knees. Old handle, but the train won't stop going, no, it didn't slow down.
Larry Norman. When I think of him, he was one of those people that loved unconditionally. He was always ready to sing a great song for me to hear at the Courtyard Cafe and other places. And I loved it when he spoke about anything that was near and dear to him, because he would cry, and I would cry, and everybody else would cry. Love you, Larry.
Here's the silence howling, catching angels as they fall. And the all-time winner has got it by the ball. Some kid just Bible, open at page 1. God, he stole the handle, but the train it won't stop going, nowhere to slow down.
Larry was a good friend of mine. I've known Larry for over 50 years. He was one of my best friends I've ever had. I met Larry at MTSU, and we became really good friends. A lot of things me and Larry did were just hilarious. We had some great episodes. I remember one time we were coming from Murfreesboro to Nashville, and the skies were angry that day. There were tornado warnings everywhere. So as we're heading down the interstate toward Nashville, a semi was coming from Nashville, and all of a sudden it just laid over in the middle of the interstate. So Larry and I, and by the way, I know this will probably shock a lot of you people here, but Larry and I were stoned to the bone at this time. So when this semi laid over, we immediately pulled over the side of the interstate, got out of my car and ran to the ditch to be safe from the tornado. Well, after sitting in the ditch for a while, we said, well, let's see what's happening. We looked up and all the cars were going normally down both sides of the interstate. But the point is, if it had been a tornado, Larry and I would have been the only survivors. So from then on, Larry and I have been known as Tornado Patrol. Another incident we had was we used to play golf a lot with friends, and usually 2 other people, and they were pretty good golfers. But Larry and I, we tore that golf course to pieces. We did more damage than 100 moles could do to that golf course in a month. They even had to let some groundskeepers go because we were tearing up the bushes on the sides of the fairways, and they didn't need them anymore. We kept them trimmed, but we had a ball playing golf. Another time, this was the 4th of July, and Larry was over at my house. We'd been drinking and other things all day, and it got dark, and what other idea came in our mind? We said, hey, it would be pretty much fun to head downtown on 4th of July after consuming alcohol and other things. That would be very smart. Wouldn't be very smart, so naturally we did it. We got to Nashville, and Larry turned the wrong way down a one-way street. He immediately recognized it, so he pulled in the parking lot to back up to go the right way. Well, unfortunately, a police officer happened to be coming down that street at that time, and he pulled in behind us. I said, well, this is not going to turn out very good. So anyway, when a police officer stops you, you're supposed to stay in the car. Larry, knowing that the smell in that car, if that police officer had come up there and smelled that, we were both in deep doo-doo. After a few minutes, Larry came back, got in the car, and the police officer pulled off. We leave. Now, if it had been me that had got out and gone and seen that police officer, I'd have been handcuffed, thrown on the ground, and taken to jail. But not Larry. So that's when I started calling him Lucky Larry. Larry was an unbelievable friend. I'm going to miss him so much. And Larry, I love you, and I hope when I go through those pearly gates when my time comes that you're there to greet me, and we go behind a cloud and burn one. God bless you, Larry. I love you.
Larry Norman, we love you. We miss you already. I was thinking about you. Penny and I were out on the bike today, and we were hoping we were going to get to do this with you one day, go for a twin ride, but I guess that'll have to be under different circumstances now. Maybe a ride in the great beyond. But we love you, and we're here for you and to celebrate your life, which is incredible. So blessed to have known you. We love you.
Love you, Larry. Love and miss you. Just like a big brother to me, and we'll see you again one day, up in the skies.
We're on Safari State. Tell the teacher we're serving USA. There is a house in New Orleans they call the Rising Sun. But then the ruins of medieval boy, God knows I'm one.
Hi, I'm Joanne. I just want to say that I will always remember Larry Norman as a kind, gentle, fun, talented man, but especially I remember Larry as a patriot. He loved America and all it stands for. We love you, Larry. God bless you.
My mother was a tailor.